Hey there, welcome to 4 Minute Friday with me, Brian Conway from AchieveSuccess.co.uk. Now turn up your volume because today we're going to talk about objection handling. And I'm going to talk about objection handling for two reasons. The first is because I did cover it a few weeks back and it was one of the most watched videos of my 4 Minute Friday series across all the different social platforms. So it's obviously something that's important to people, that people are struggling with perhaps, and therefore if I can help you with that, that's how I can best serve you, and that's the objective of these videos each week. Second reason why I want to cover it again this week is because actually it is the subject of my Sales in a Circle program this month, objection handling and closing, and how those two things can work so effectively together. So I'm going to give one of the tips that I covered in this month's training. And if you're not a member of Sales in a Circle, maybe you should become one. Pitch aside, the tip I want to talk about this week is the importance of clarification. So let me tell you a very short story to explain how I learned the importance of clarification myself. Now, I was in a sales scenario a few years back and I'd put together a proposition for a customer and they come back with the very classic price objection that I was too expensive. So I got into my standard response for price objections, quite defensive, explaining the value and all that sort of good stuff as you do, only for the customer to say, no, Brian, stop. You don't understand. It's not the price. I know we're saying you're too expensive, but it's not the price. The problem is we don't have enough budget currently available to be able to afford it at this time. Right, so it was a price kind of objection in some respects, but it wasn't actually my price that was the problem. It was a funding problem. And that's why clarification is so important, because as we had that conversation and I understood more about where they were with funding and where they were with regards to budget allocation, all that sort of stuff, what we were able to do is come up with a more creative funding package. And we actually bundled this service along with a couple of others into a managed service, which allowed us to create an ongoing revenue stream, still capture all the revenue and profit, more importantly, that was available in that specific deal. The customer was happy because they didn't have to go back to the business, try and find more budget. They were able to start the project using the funding that they already had as a means of funding the project over a number of months before they ever had to go back to the business to look at additional expense to cover the project. So it was initially looked like a traditional price objection, to which I got very defensive, as you do sometimes with objections, but actually it was a funding problem. And that's, as I said, the point of this story. Always clarify what a customer means. Ask them the question. When you said we're too expensive, can you explain to me exactly, and that's a powerful word, exactly, again, something I teach in Sales in a Circle, ask that kind of question. Can you just explain to me exactly what you mean by more expensive? And let the customer then articulate and give you the details and the facts around where you're more expensive or why you're more expensive or what's the problem. No matter what the objection is. You said that you feel some of the competitive quotes you've looked at have been better. Can you just tell me exactly what it is about those quotes that you like? And get the customer to tell you, we'll really like this and really like that, because maybe it's just something you offer but you take it for granted, and the customer obviously doesn't realize that it is something that's included in your package anyway. So it really helps you clarify exactly with the customer what they are getting. Sometimes a response to an objection is to just to educate the customer, or perhaps they're confused actually about what it is that they are getting. So until you know exactly what they're thinking, you can't answer an objection 100% effectively. So that's why clarification is so important. And what it does is, again, slows down the conversation. You don't get quite so defensive and sort of jumping on the solution. It gives you time to think. It gives you the facts that you need to address. It is such an important part. Yet, I see too many people jump from, oh, you've got an objection? Well, let me crush it. They jump straight in with their answer to try and diffuse that objection as a potential barrier to their sale. And there's no need to do that. Slow the whole thing down, ask the customer some questions, seek some clarification, and then you will be able to answer that objection more effectively. There we go. That's it for this week. It's a simple tip, but it's so important. All these little tips I give you are so important. They're the little finesses within sales activity that can really make you a top achiever. Now, thanks for your time. Please leave a comment and share and share with me any of your objection handling techniques. I'd love to hear them. Please do that. But before you go, I mentioned sales in a circle, okay? And I kind of tongue-in-cheek suggested you should become a member. If you're not aware, I am currently running a major promotion of Sales in a Circle. I'm running a bit of an experiment, and the experiment is I'm giving free access to Sales in a Circle for a month. Now, as a thank you for just trialing it for a month, I'm also giving you access to serious selling. Now, that currently sells on my website for £750, and you get access to that for free just for trialing this for a month. And if you don't worry, there's no shenanigans, there's no forced continuity or whatever. You don't have to become a member if you just try it for a month. You will get everything a new member would get, all the welcome pack, access to all the materials, all the videos, you'll get this stuff in the post, etc., etc. Well, you'll get it in the post if you're in the UK. I guess I better clarify that. I don't ship these all over the world, but you get PDF versions of everything and videos and everything that's in Sales in a Circle. And just for trying it, I'll give you access to, as I said, serious selling. And even if you decide it's not for you, you don't want to continue, you don't want to become a member, you can keep serious selling anyway, absolutely free. My gift to you as a thank you for just putting your trust in me and trying this for a month, because I know you'll love it. But if you don't for any reason, you can have serious selling, we can still part friends. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this video up. It's been wonderful to spend some time with you again here on Friday, and I wish you a really successful week ahead in your sales activity. Have a great weekend in the meantime, and I'll see you again next week. I'm Brian Conway. This has been 4 Minute Friday. Take care.